So let's find some images that we can auto bracket together. So we got this one. So let's go back to this. Yeah, let's do these. So I'm going to move this image in here. So we've got our lightest image, our medium exposure image, and our darken exposure image. And what we're going to do, we're going to blend these together. So what you need to do is click on one and then hold the shift key and then click on all three images, then right click and then go to photo merge and HDR. HDR stands for high dynamic range. A lot of phone cameras now use this kind of software technology. When it first came out many years ago, it was awful. Images looked oversaturated, bit like how this is at the moment because I've got it on high, but it's got a lot better. So let's look at none and how that looks, and then low, and then medium. I normally go for the low or none. There's not a lot of difference between the two, but we're going to go with that. So you can see up here it's creating an HDR image. And our image has been created. Gotta find it. Here it is. And you can see it's been stacked, so it's got four images there. If I click on that, it unstacks them, and click on it again, it stacks them together. So we go back to the same principles as we did with editing before. We've got this blown out sky, so I'm going to bring down the highlights and then the shadows, just going to increase those a little bit, and then bring the white slightly down, and the blacks. I'll just bring the exposure down. No, I think we'll leave it as it was. Just do a reset. So, bring that down. Bring the whites down a little bit. And the blacks. And then I'm going to do a little bit of dehaze. And then we come down. Always start with sharpening first. So option, and then around about 55%. I'm going to see if there's any sort of graining. There's a little bit, so I'm just going to reduce the noise. I'll hold the option key again. Don't want to be too overpowerful with that because I don't want to lose the sharpness. And then we go to the luminosities. Luminous. Going to bring that red down and the orange and the yellow, and the green down a little bit. There's a bit of magenta there, so bring that in. And go to saturation. Just adjust those as you see fit. I don't want too much magenta in there, so I'm bringing that down slightly. And then we do our adjustment of the lens. And as you can see, that one really does bow it. I think we'll leave it. Let's try that one more. It's going to come out of it, just see what it's like. I think I'm going to leave it without the profile correction, because it actually looks quite straight without it. So, moving on, we can do something with this sky again. So I'm going to take my gradient tool and do it as a new, and just bring that down a slight angle. See how much we can get away with. We'll do 85% on that, and then close that. And we're going to go to our brush, and we'll do the burning first. So choose this area here. Sorry, we're dodging at the moment. Bring those buildings in. Really, it's like the sort of tops of the trees that you're looking to bring to life. And I'm doing this quite quickly just for this tutorial, but you can do more detail. Bring that frosty on the grass. This is just my brush bit. And then we'll do a new one, then bring down our exposure. Bit of shadow in here on the tree. And I'm just going to do a swoop. Oh, no, I'm going to have to go back on that, so I'm going to reset it. For some reason, my exposure changed, so do it again. Let's bring that. So it is kind of just playing about with the image to get it how you want it to look. Bring some detail. And then I'm going to do a swoop straight across there. And then come up from the other side. And another one across there. So that looks okay to me. And then you can save it. And there you go. So let's have a look at before and after. Do it the right way around. Left to right. There we go. So this is the before, this is the after. You can see that we've brought in some of that sky, brought in more some oranges and greens, and it's just literally trying to make that image pop and just look slightly better than a more flat image that most cameras kind of take. So let's come out of that. So the next thing, I guess, is probably exporting your image, say for Facebook. So how do we go about that? Let's go File and then hit Export. Then you open up with this information, and you've got here, you've got a couple of things you can do: email it, hard drive, CD, Google, and a few other things. I'm going to leave it as hard drive. We want to choose a folder where we want the image to go to. So this has got default as desktop. So I'm going to click choose. And then I'm going to come down to my external file. And I'm going to make a new folder. And I'm going to call it, this time, Export 2019. And then I'm going to put a new folder in that and call that Blaze, because I'll probably do some more. So now that is the folder that we're showing. We could add a custom name. I'm going to leave it as the number of the file itself. And then file handling. So this is the important part. So we want our color space to be Adobe RGB. Because it's going to go to the web, we want it as JPEG. And I put mine around about 72 pixels. This is where this is put here. So I'm going to change that quality to 100%. The pixel is 72 pixels. And the longest edge I want to be 1500. That's my settings that I do with my images. And then you have then a choice of a watermark. I got one here, Andy. So we can add that, and we don't want to do anything else, and then we click export. You can see up here it's going to do its business, There we go. So if I now go to File, and if I go to my photo external hard drive, and then go to my export file, and then the Blaze, and then if I open this image, just bring this over here so you can see. So let's just open that up so you can see. There we go. So even at 72 pixels, got a good size image. Other things I can do with this is, as you can see, I've got my copyright, my name there on the image. You can make adjustments to those, to how they look and the kind of font that you want to use and what have you. If I get info on the image, here again it shows the information, JPEG, Blaze Castle, and it's got all the details. And you can, so that's basically it. I don't think there's anything else at the moment that I would want to go through. I think that shows you enough how to bring images in, how to put them into collections. Again, like I say, we go back to our library. The images that I've just done, so I want to save those, so we'll do that one. And we'll go to the other one we worked on. And you can always tell the image that you've worked on because there's information here. So I've got two images that I'm happy with. It's just loading those. And there we go. So I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, then please post them. I'll be happy to help them, or I'm sure other people that also use Lightroom will probably have some other ideas themselves on things you can do. And basically how we can sort of set up a discussion about using Lightroom or photo editing software. It would be good if anybody else is using different softwares, if they're happy to do a tutorial to maybe have a look at doing something, because it always helps everybody out at the end of the day. That's what this group is about. It's not just about posting images and what have you, it's sharing information and enjoying what we're doing. So thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful, and see you soon.